And, we had a caller who said it's in the signing statement where the president got his authority. So I pulled out Shane O'Farnon, our associate producer, pulled out the signing statement, and sure enough, the president asserts in the signing statement that the language in the NDAA that the Republicans have been putting in there for the last 6 years, this is from his 2013 signing statement, is unconstitutional. Which takes us back to my point that this might get thrown to the Supreme Court. He writes, Section 1028 fundamentally maintains the unwarranted restrictions on the executive branch's authority to transfer detainees to a foreign country. This provision hinders the executive's, that would be the president's, ability to carry out its military, national security, and foreign relations activities, which, by the way, are defined in the Constitution. This is the president's job, right, to negotiate with foreign countries, treaties have to be ratified by the Senate, but it's his job to work them out. He's the commander-in-chief of the military, all that kind of stuff, right? This provision hinders the executive, the president's ability to carry out its military, national security, and foreign relations activities and would, under certain circumstances, violate constitutional separation of powers principles. In other words, Congress is illegally handcuffing the president. He goes on to say the executive branch must have the flexibility to act swiftly in conducting negotiations with foreign countries regarding the circumstances of detainee transfers. The Congress designed these sections and has here renewed them once more in order to foreclose my ability to shut down the Guantanamo Bay detention facility. I continue to believe that operating the facility weakens our national security by wasting resources, damaging our relationships with key allies, and strengthening our enemies. Well, let me tell you, Mr. President, Ted Cruz, during a speech at the Republican Leadership Conference in New Orleans, Louisiana, said that the graybeards in the Republican Party are, reaping the benefits of what he did. He said, they're reaping the fruits of the battle, shutting down the government, which is perfectly fine, but we need to take a moment to acknowledge the lessons of the battle. Any wartime general will tell you that not every war is won in a single battle, he said. In other words, the Republicans shutting down the government was a good thing. It's going to help the Republican cause. Similarly, Ted Cruz and basically what they're confessing, what they're admitting, whenever you hear Republicans talking about how bad the economy is, they're bragging. That's the first thing you have to know. They are bragging. The second thing you have to know is that when the Republicans wrote into the NDAA for 6 years in a row, the National Defense Authorization Act, that no federal money could be used to move people out of Guantanamo. And then the president says that this weakens our national security by wasting resources. It damages our relationships with key allies and it strengthens our enemies. Of course it does. That's what the Republicans want to do. They want to make America weaker during the Obama administration. They want to hurt our prestige around the world during the Obama administration. They want to make us a negative example to the world with Guantanamo during the Obama administration, so that Bush won't be the only guy who takes blame for it. Years from now, the historians will say, "Well, George Bush had these, had created this illegal prison at Guantanamo Bay, and Barack Obama continued it." Well, no, not so much. Anyhow.